Bears News Fan Report. Can you feel that electric hum running through Halas Hall? Leave a like and subscribe to Bears News Fan Report so you never miss an inside scoop. Something big could be brewing behind the scenes in the Windy City. Rumors swirling like September leaves about a veteran ball carrier who might soon don navy and orange. Imagine a running back whose track record includes Pro Bowl nods, 1,000-yard seasons, and a reputation for gritting through bruising defenses. Could he be the missing piece to transform this offense overnight? Is it possible that in just a few short weeks, our backfield could look completely different? Huddle up, because this story reaches back months. It began with a familiar buzz. The Cleveland Browns, fresh off a turbulent, injury-marred campaign, opted not to bring back their star runner entering his age 29 season. He'd battled knee tears, plantar fractures, and rib breaks. Yet when healthy, his blend of power and agility made him a nightmare for opposing defensive fronts. Now, as a free agent, his value teetered between the promise of a low-risk, high-reward label and the caution flags attached to his medical history. Scouts whispered that only two teams were truly in contention for his signature, one in the NFC South and another battling the elements in Chicago. Picture this athlete as the hero of his own quest. Once a rookie sensation racking up nearly 1,500 rushing yards in limited games, then a Super Bowl champion who punched holes beneath elite pass rushers. Yet, after back-to-back injury-shortened seasons, he found himself at a crossroads. Would he accept the first offer on the table, or hold out for a chance to be more than just a one-year stopgap? Some insiders believe he's waiting to see which organization can offer the perfect blend of playing time, coaching fit, and a shot at turning back the clock. Enter the Bears, a franchise hungry to establish a ground game that complements their young quarterback and explosive receiving weapons. Last season, Chicago's backfield lacked a true alpha, someone who could complement the shifty talents of their sophomore runner and take on early down load without sacrificing pass protection prowess. Fans have long debated whether the current roster of young backs can shoulder the load, and whispers around social media suggest a growing impatience. Could the front office be ready to pounce on a veteran presence who commands respect in the locker room and can mentor the next generation? If this rumor holds any weight, it's not just about adding carries, it's about culture. Imagine a player who steps into Halas Hall war room meetings, film sessions, and practice huddles, sharing tales of pounding through AFC North defenses while steering rookies away from rookie mistakes. A player who, just 2 years ago, logged over 1,500 yards on the ground with a 5.0-yard average, showing that his body still remembers the roar of Sunday crowds. But here's the critical question that has every die-hard Bears fan pacing the sidelines. Will Chicago's front office pull the trigger on a one-year prove-it deal to see whether this veteran can reassert himself, or will they wait, hoping his price drops further closer to camp? Let's talk numbers. In his peak seasons, this runner eclipsed 1,200 rushing yards, crossed the goal line double-digit times, and threw in a handful of receptions for good measure. He's been as reliable as a Swiss watch when healthy, posting sub-4% pressure rate in pass protection and slipping through boxes like a heat-seeking missile. Yet that left knee has been a storyline longer than some fans have been alive. Torn ligaments, sprains, and even cartilage repairs. Despite that, he's worn a 4-time Pro Bowl badge proudly and helped his previous team snap decades-long championship droughts. Could that championship pedigree be exactly what this locker room craves? But let's build suspense. What if, instead of immediately naming names, I told you that this player once nearly eclipsed 1,500 yards on just 290 carries? What if I hinted that he's rebuilding his value by squatting weights that few backs dare to dream of? Fans are already asking, could this veteran be the bridge between our current backfield and a truly unstoppable ground attack? Is it possible that he met with GM scouts in a Chicago granary, working out, taking medical tests, and whispering his demands? Some say his entourage has made trips to Halas Hall, tasting the fresh air off Lake Michigan and envisioning parade. Routes. Now, imagine the hero's arrival. Him stepping onto the practice field in that classic Navy helmet, meeting the coaching staff, exchanging nods with the rookie quarterback. Could his mere presence spark confidence in a backfield that sputtered through 2 consecutive seasons of mediocrity? Might the defensive coordinators around the league start drawing up new blitz packages, worried about leaving extra defenders in the box? Could this signing be the spark that finally gives Chicago the balanced offense they've lacked since the days of Walter Payton? Without further ado, let me put a name to this suspense. That player is none other than Nick Chubb. 4-time Pro Bowler, 2-time 1,500-yard rusher, and a man who dominated some of the toughest run defenses in football. But the lingering question remains. Will he sign a training camp deal to showcase he's still an elite force, or will another team swoop in last minute? As Bears News fan report followers, we're left teetering on the edge of our seats, imagining every scenario from Chubb plowing through the Lions' hit. That like button and subscribe to Bears News fan report if you're eager to witness the next chapter unfold. Now, let's dive into how adding Nick Chubb could reshape Chicago's entire offseason blueprint. First off, consider the draft. With a veteran 3-down back in the fold, the Bears might pivot away from drafting a running back early and focus, instead on beefing up the offensive line or selecting a dynamic pass rusher. Could they trade down if another team covets Chubb's services? Imagine Poles dialing calls, packaging a 3rd-round pick for extra future capital. Banks who want immediate backfield help might bite. But here's the catch. If Chubb reasserts himself, Chicago's brass must decide whether to invest in re-signing him after the season. Will his cap hit in 2026 force them to let a promising rookie slip through their fingers? Next, let's examine the cap sheet. A 1-year prove-it deal for Chubb might cost roughly $2 to $3 million in base salary, with incentives climbing into the mid-single millions if he tops certain snap or yardage thresholds. That's a modest price for a back with his resume. But factor in roster bonuses and workout bonuses, and you're looking at a potential $5 million charge against 2025 space. Could that amount force the team to shed a veteran cornerback or restructure a defensive lineman's contract? Fans already debate whether the Bears can afford not only Chubb, but also a high-upside free agent tackle to protect Caleb Williams. It's a delicate balancing act. Spend too little and the running game sputters, spend too much and the secondary loses its best cover man. Defensive line to setting up play-action bombs for our rookie signal caller. Let's talk scheme. Offensive coordinator Ben Johnson loves to feature a powered downhill runner who can catch the outlet pass and mitigate blitz. Pressure. With Chubb, Johnson could install more inside zone schemes or counter designs that play to Chubb's strengths, using his low pad level to clobber linebackers in gap fits. Could pairing Chubb with DeAndre Swift open a 2-back set that keeps defenses guessing? Imagine defensive coordinators hesitating to blitz, knowing Chubb has the strength to pick up any unaccounted rusher. Fans are already speculating. Will the playbook shift toward more run-pass options? Could we see Tillman's edge sweeps with Chubb as a lead blocker? It all hinges on whether Chubb's knee holds up in the grind of a full season. Through all this uncertainty, one thing's for sure. The speculation machine has roared to life. Social feeds overflow with mock contracts, cap projections, and highlight reels from Chubb's prime. Bears bar patrons sip deep dish and debate scenarios. If we sign Chubb, do we still draft a tackle in round 1? Or pass rusher? Tune into every network to hear which analysts preach caution versus those who see a veteran renaissance. It all boils down to whether Chubb's narrative can mirror a classic underdog-turned-champion hero's journey. So here's where we stand. The waiting game intensifies. Will Nick Chubb sign with Chicago days before camp opens, reeling in doubters? Or will he hold out for a team that promises more touches and a larger long-term payday? Whatever happens, Bears News Fan Report will be your first stop for analysis. breakdowns, and real-time updates. But what do you think? Could Chubb's arrival catalyze a return to playoff relevance? Or is this just hype around a fading veteran? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We want to hear every perspective. I'm fired up just imagining the possibilities, and I can't wait to see how this story unfolds. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like, subscribe to Bears News Fan Report, and ring that notification bell so you never miss an update. Until next time, bear down.